She captured the world championship at 16. Success came early. Her athletic style, triple jumps, acrobatics, it's helped change the face of women's skating. But here in Helsinki, her attempt to defend her title came to a dramatic halt. An ankle injury forced her to withdraw from the World Championships on the first day of competition. Janet Lynn talked with her the next morning.
I haven't cried yet today. Get it out. Last night I was to the point where I couldn't cry anymore. So, I guess there's just a little left.
With pain and with the pressure of the competition, she just wasn't functioning. And I said, that's it. I went to the team leader and I said, I'm withdrawing her from the competition.
What did you feel like at the moment that you decided to withdraw? Frustrated, disappointed?
I'm kind of devastated, actually, because I woke up on Tuesday morning and I never expected anything to happen. You have to hit bottom before you can really appreciate what's on top.
To push her more this week could mean that she could be off the ice for another 3 or 4 months, and it's just not worth it.
On the third figure, I went out and I warmed up and I had to bend on the right foot or else I wouldn't have been able to do the figure, and I couldn't bend. And he said, you know, I don't want you skating the figure. He goes, you can't do it.
The third figure is perhaps the most difficult. It requires true precision. Given Elaine's injury, she would have been out of control. The pain would have been too great. The figure is 2 small circles done on 1 foot with a loop in the center of each. No adequate treatment for the injury was found. While Elaine became a spectator, the U.S. team physician had a suggestion for the future.
They need a good sports medicine physiotherapist, and I think that's a legitimate criticism, and I think they need such in the future. And I think that certainly is a strong recommendation from my standpoint.
So American hope for a gold medal in the women's competition rests on Rosalynn Sumners. As for Elaine, maybe it was a lesson.
I'm going to go back home and work twice as hard as I've ever worked because I want to win the Olympics next year.
This year, silver medalist in the world last year.
And she can turn it on too, John, if she has an on day. Let's watch this very difficult opening jump, a double that's into a triple toe, and she starts off strong.
One of the things that amazes me about Katarina is the speed that she goes into her jumps, and sometimes you can't quite get the feeling of that on television, but she's going very fast into those difficult jumps.
Katarina Witt, like Botorozeva, and like Tracy Wainman, were all 12-year-olds when they went to their first championship. And this young lady's been on that international scene for 5 years, impressing in every one of them.
Well, she certainly had a good opening to her program. She completed 3 nice triple jumps in the first minute and a half. Last year, you know, she was battling it out for the World Championship with Elaine Zayek, and Elaine Zayek has withdrawn this year, and Katarina Witt ends up chasing another American, Rosalynn Sumners.
my favorite move, the spread eagle, right into a double axel jump. Beautifully done. That slow part music to great advantage, interpreting it beautifully. This is where she picks up speed again, Brian. She really moves into these two triple jumps. First a triple toe loop on this side. No effort at all, and now a triple Salchow plant here. Well, she opened up and did double. Couple of Russian split jumps now as she nears the end of her program. There's one. Here's a second one.
There was more content in that program than any we've seen so far tonight. Katarina Witt from East Germany. Katarina Witt, and as I watch her, I keep thinking back to the Canadians because we have to select the Canadian Panasonic Performance of the Week. When you think of the great moves like this, you think back to the moves that the Canadians made, and it's a toss-up between Brian Orser and Underhill or Martini at this point for that award.
Well, they've all been skating well, our Canadian teams, and all of Canada, of course, should be very proud of them as we watch Katarina go through some of the very difficult jumps that she put in her program, the triple Salchow, from a back inside edge, 3 revolutions to a back outside edge. And you know, these funny names that come up, this triple Salchow, for example, is named after an old skater from Sweden, Ulrich Salchow. And most of the other names in the jumps that we refer to are named after former skaters as well.
Except for the Lutz. Famous East German coach Jutta Müller, who has handled so many of their good ones over the years. And here are the marks. 2 5/8s up there. And in between, you see 5/7s and a 5/6 with another 5/8 from the Swiss judge.
John, you mentioned the Lutz jump. You're right. It's named after Hermann Lutz, a former hockey player from Vienna who was imitating figure skating, put his toe in, rotated in the opposite direction, and thereby created the Lutz jump.
B mark. This is for artistic impression. 5/7s, 5/8, 5/7, 5/8. 3 5/7s and a 5/9 from East Germany. Katarina Witt from East Germany. Star performer Alina Vodorizeva. 19-year-old skater, the Soviet champion, placed second in the Europeans this year.
She was actually in the 1976 Olympics, and that was 7 years ago, and I think that she's been in international competition more than any other girl in this competition.
Well, she's had her ups and downs. her coming, well, in 1977, she moved from 13th place all the way up to 7th and 2nd in the freestyle. So, and then she disappeared from sight for 2 or 3 years. Now she has reemerged as one of the stars of the ladies' championships.
I think the reason for that, John, is because she had a growing up problem physically. She was a very tiny girl, and our own Tracy Wayman, of course, is the same example in Canada, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more of Tracy in the years to come.
Double axel by Elena. She probably has one of the finest double axles of any woman in the world today.
This is a beautiful combination, too, from the spread eagle into the layback from a camel. Now watch her hold her blade and put it way above her head.
Very interesting time here in Helsinki, just going through the Canadian headquarters, reading the telegrams from the skating fans all across Canada. So many of them were so inspiring. Our Minister of Fitness and Amateur Sports, Senator Ray Perot's, and a beautiful one the kids really enjoyed. The one from Karen Magnuson in Boston to our pairs bronze medalist winner Underhill and Martini saying you can do it. They did. Elizabeth Manley was on our team last year, sent one, and so many more from folks all across Canada. Elena Vodorozeva from the Soviet Union.
Well, she skated very adequate tonight, but I feel there was something missing. There was a spark about her program that was missing in the fast parts, and in the slow parts she didn't quite feel the music.
She didn't seem to turn it on, Brian. She did all of her jumps very well, except for this one. That's the one she fell on early in the program. She went on from there to do the jumps perfectly, but something was missing. She didn't turn it on the way she usually does.
She was third after compulsory figures. She was third in the short program. This gave her a combined number 2 position where she stands at the moment, and Rosalynn Sumners of the United States is the one that's ahead of her. Claudia Leisner, who did skate, is just behind her, and it's going to be that close. The medals are going to be handed out to 3 of the last 4.
And Katarina Witt from East Germany is yet to come, and she could move ahead of both of them.
For Elena Vodorozeva, Soviet Union, never qualified. 50 seconds, technical merits.
And these marks for technical merits, 5-4, 5-2, 5-3, a 5-0, 2 5-5s, 5-4, 5-5, and a 5-4. And while we wait for the rest, let me remind you about a shattering novel of Australia's Outback, The Thornbirds. It all comes to CTV starting March 27th.
5-4. Thank you.
Those were the marks for artistic technical merit. Now for artistic impression, 5-5, 5-3, 5-4, 5-0, 5-6, 5-5, 5-6, 5-6, and a...
Kay Thompson. Kay is trying to make a comeback from a rather upsetting short program.
John, the reason it was upsetting in the short program is because she missed a triple Lutz jump. She's going to try to attempt it here again in the long program right here. Let's watch for it.
Well, she landed that one pretty good. There was a little bit of a hesitation on the landing, but staying on the feet is the important thing.
Well, she had a real good cry and a real good long walk by herself and a talk to herself, and David Dorr had a long talk with her, and she shook herself out of it. And I think from this point on, you're going to see Kate Thompson like you saw her win the Canadian Championship. She's got 2 triples in this program, and the best spins in the world. That foot didn't move an inch off that center.
Notice the beautiful skating moves as she moves now into her second triple jump. Oh, a little over rotation, but again, not that bad.
There's the new Thompson spin. One hand up, one hand down to the calf. Female version of Scotty Hamilton.
And here now is the famous Thompson spin that she's made famous all over the skating world. She has planned here 3 jumps in a row. Second, well done.
'19-year-old Kate Thompson from the Granite Club, coached by Louis Stone, styled by Sandra Bezic.
Nice double axel by Kay. I think after the short program, Kay thought about it and she realized that at world competition, over 50% of it is mental preparation, and she looks well prepared for the long program.
.45 seconds left to go for Kay. So for all you folks in Halifax, remember Skate Canada next October, she'll be there. And for all you people in Regina and Saskatchewan, the Canadian Championships, you'll see Kay there as our national Olympic team is picked from that Regina competition.
John, her last combination of jumps now. Double flip, half loop, double flip. Arabian cartwheel. And her final move, a spin.
Good girl, Kay. She did it all. There's Sandra, Coach Louis Stone, Kay Thompson, and the first set of marks. And this we have for technical merit 5-3, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, 5-3s. 5-4, 5-5 from the Swedish judge and 5-2 from East Germany.
I'm a little disappointed in those marks because she had 3 triples in there, I think. 2 triples. She did all her double jumps very cleanly. She skated a very clean performance the rest of the way. Here's a second set now, John.
All right, and we have 2 5-5s, a 5-3, 5-6 from the French judge. 5-4, 5-2, 5-3, 5-5, and a 5-3. Kay Thompson of Canada. Third place overall. This is Claudia Leistner from West Germany. Third in the Europeans this year and 4th in the world. Watch this.
Triple Lutz jump, John, the most difficult jump here. Oh, she landed it perfectly in warm-up just 30 seconds ago.
She is one of the most exciting, athletic female skaters that we have. And as many times as she did that in practice all week and the warm-ups that we've seen, that's the first time she's really missed it.
And the unfortunate part about it is that this is the only time that it really counts, is in the competition.
got another triple planned right here with a combination of a double. That's well done. That fall must have thrown her off because this is the worst she's skated all week here in Helsinki so far.
How do you shake yourself out of those falls, Ryan?
There's no answer to that question, because sometimes if you lose your confidence, no matter what you do, you can't get the next triple done. But she just landed a triple after that one, and so maybe she's got herself together again. You know, last year, Claudia stormed on the skating scene in Copenhagen with a multitude of triples in her long program, and this year she's doing the same amount of triples, but she's developed more in the choreography. She's trying to get a new look on the ice, and maybe by next year it'll be fully developed, but it's a marked improvement since last.
Claudia knows that she's under a little bit of extra pressure because skating behind her will be Christina Wegelius. As we mentioned at the top of the show, will be skating in a world performance before her home audience for the first time. And Christina Wegelius is just behind Claudia Liesner. Wegelius, however, has blown a lot of big leads in the free program.
That's true, and directly behind Christina Wegelius is Katarina Witt from East Germany, who's also a very strong free skater.
Claudia Liesner from West Germany. Well, she didn't get hurt too much on technical merit. 5-7, 5-5, 5-7. 3-5-6 is a 5-5 and 2 5-7s for Claudia Liesner.
Well, in my view, I think she's going to be a great threat for the gold medal, even as early as next year when the Olympics roll around, because she'll clean up that program and go on to bigger and better things.
All right, now with the second set of marks, 5 5s, 2 5-6s, and then 3 more 5 5s for Claudia Liesner. Here's the young lady who's been stealing a lot of hearts. Probably will steal a lot of hearts from the judges, too, because this is Rosalynn Diane Sumners from the Seattle Skating Club. Her home is in Kirkland, Washington. She was junior champion of the world in 1980, and here she is about to become the champion of the ladies' world.
She has a lot of class, a lot of poise. Watch the ease that she goes into and out of this double axel jump.
Oh, I can assure you that Rosalynn's happy to get that triple out of the way because she was having problems with it in the warm-up. Here she goes into another triple. Split jump, triple toe loop. Ooh, hang on to that landing. Good for her.
Did you see the lean in the air there? But she was able to hold on.
Really is quite an amazing success story for this young 18-year-old skater. She was 6th in the world last year.
Another triple southbow. She's skating beautifully. And all the moves between the jumps are important as well. She's putting a very strong program together here.
First place, Rosalynn Sumners. Now, she was 4th in the short program, but she won the compulsory figures, and her overall total could put her in the first place, and she hasn't even had the slightest wobble so far.
John, I think she's only 1 minute away from the world title. Final difficult combination coming up. A couple of wally jumps, hops into a double axel. Another one beautifully done.
That's a jam-packed ending for a 4-minute program.
And she gets a standing ovation. Rosalynn Sumners from Seattle, Washington. She picked the perfect spot to give her grand finale right in front of the judges, and this huge group from the United States, flags all over the place, giving her a rousing ovation.
Well, Johnny, you made reference to this is the Ladies' Championship of the World, and if anybody is worthy of that title of a lady champion, it's Rosalynn Sumners, because she skated a complete program today, good choreography, lots of triple jumps, good artistic impression.
No question about it, Brian. She put it all together, as we see here in one of her double axels. She does it with such great ease.
Here we go. He marks for technical error. 5.75.859 from Switzerland. 5.759 from Austria. 5.8. 5.6 from Japan. 5.7 Sweden, and 5.6 from East Germany. Little game going on there.
Well, I don't know. I think that those 5.7s are about right, because she didn't do some of the difficult triples, but
Sumners is the world champion. Liesner will win the silver medal, and Botorozeva will win the bronze. Katarina Witt will finish 4th. Kate Thompson of Canada finishes 7th, and Charlene Wong of Canada finishes 12th. Official standings: the world champion Rosalynn Sumners, silver medalist Claudia Liesner, bronze medalist Elena Botorozova from the Soviet Union. Katarina Witt is 4th, Kondrashova from Soviet Union 5th, Christina Wegelius of Finland is 6th, Kate Thompson of Canada 7th, and Manuela Rubin from